Hey everyone, welcome back to EverQuest, the Hero's Journey. We're here on the level 47 Shadowknight ROG Shaman. We have 180 AA points spent and 7 banked. Have most recently purchased the second rank of Melosinate right here. I think that was 6 points. That upgrades my activated ability for resist debuffs from 75 to 100. So whenever I apply it to something, it applies a negative 100 cold magic, poison, fire resist to that target. In the previous episode, we killed Lord Nagafin. So I'm wearing my legendary Gauntlets of Fiery Might. I have since killed him once more. I think just once. Did not get anything that I needed for upgrades. I got the Bard drums, I think. I got a regular non-enchanted, non-legendary version of the Gauntlets of Fiery Might. I got a Prayers of Life, so like a clickable heal scroll, and the Torn Burnt book, which I think is for the Warrior Epic, if I remember right. Don't quote me on that one, not positive. So we're starting off this episode in Permafrost. Just created a non-respawning instance. So I'm planning on getting some AA experience here and potentially trying out Lady Vox. I feel like she's going to wipe the floor with me if I do try her, but you know, what do we got to lose? At the very least, we'll learn something about the encounter. There's not a whole lot that will give me experience in this zone. I think all of the goblins are going to be gray, not giving experience. There might be some of the higher level goblins that do. The ice giants will. There's some, what's over here? There's some wolves and bears, ice bears, wolves. There's some icy terrors. There's some ice giants, like I said. But that's all much further in. And it's in an area that I am highly unfamiliar with. So I'm not planning on clearing the zone similar to what I did with Nagafin's lair. There's just no point. You can see on the map here, like everything, pretty much everything here is gray. No point in killing it. Here. So I think I can go this way. So we got the Goblin King over there. Looks like he's going to give us a little bit of experience. He's green. Symbol of loyalty to Vox. 14 cold resist. Okay. High Priest. Here. He's a named, so I'll kill him. Over here, you can see the ice giant behind the door. Ice giant diplomat. Oh, I did make another AA purchase. I got the second rank of anatomy, so that increases my level cap for my assassinate ability from 48 to 50. I did a little bit of grinding that I didn't record in the hole. Maybe I'll do a recording of that at some point. Just down in the city area, mostly killing the ghost guys, the erudite ghost guys, called like wanderers. And I managed to get a smoldering brand there. Wondering if that would actually be an upgrade in my offhand. I don't know. I still don't know about the backstab damage. So you can see my offhand has a backstab damage. I don't know if that applies cumulatively. So like if the 32 backstab damage on my offhand and my 28 backstab damage on my primary hand adds up and applies to my backstabs, or if it only counts if it's in my primary hand. I need to figure that out though if I'm going to consider upgrading my offhand. I'm stunned. There's still the Easter event going on the server. So we have a couple like server side buffs, one for bonus experience and one for the bunny pet proc that you're seeing. And you see a swarm of bunnies attacking the target. That's the triggered proc from the server buffs. I keep getting stunned by this priest over here. So if we right click on Malocinet here, you can see that it's negative 100 cold, magic, poison, and fire resist. And it has a negative 200 resist check, so it's very, very hard for the target to resist it. In my most recent kill of Negafin, he resisted a whole lot of my stuff. Did land the Malocinet on him. But the only other things I could land on him were my, after I got my Envenom Blades proc on him, here you can see the Envenom Blades debuff, decreased poison resist by 150. So he had effectively negative 250 poison resist because of my Envenom Blades and Malocinet. And that was the only time I was able to land any type of a slow on him. My AA ability, Targar's Swarm, was not landing. So I was able to get a Spine Break 25% poison-based slow on Nagapin. Aside from my life tap procs, I was not landing anything magic-based. The only other spells I could land were poison-based. So my rogue poison procs and Envenom Blade procs were working. Strike of Opportunity, the cold-based direct damage proc on my weapons, was working. And I am not familiar with this area at all. There's an Assassinate? Or was that even an Assassinate? It was not an Assassinate. It was a double backstab for 1200 and 1100. Wouldn't have thought that would have been enough to take him out. Looks like there's an Icy Terror here. Ooh. I have gotten a bunch of the Easter eggs that you got. We got 8 AA points. Here, you can see like I almost have two bags full of Easter eggs. A second, please. Okay. I did get one more legendary. I think I had either an enchanted egg or a regular one, and I powered it up in my power slot to get it to legendary, and I actually got a really nice augment. It had like, yeah, I don't know, 140 hit points or something like that. It was really nice. It's currently in my bank because I don't know. I feel like I'm nearing the end of the classic zones, and once I get to Kunark, probably going to end up upgrading stuff quickly. And I don't know what's going to stick around the longest. So I didn't want to put an augment in something that I end up getting rid of soon. What's this? That just opened up. Alright, is this? I think this is Vox. I think she's in here. Right? Yeah, she's right there. Okay, that was a bit of an easier way to get there, but I feel like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I gotta clear some of this stuff out, right? I'm surprised I didn't get more there when I tagged that guy. There's almost zero chance that I would be able to take Vox with ads. So I gotta do my best, if I'm gonna try her, to get all of the ads around her. I don't know how reasonable that is. Looks like there's a one-way way in over here, where I'm circling my cursor on the map, I see some arrows, so I think you like drop down there. Nice giant magus. Sneak hide. If I get this guy, let me see. Oh no. We got a bunch of stuff. No. Well, I don't know who's coming. I don't know if Vox is coming. I'm gonna try to stay alive here. I feel like we did not get Vox somehow. We got like 4 or 5. What is going on here? I'm stunned. I gotta try and heal myself. Alright. Gotta slow on him. Get some dots on him. Heal myself some more. What's going on? Alright. Try to save my mana for heals. Who have I not slowed yet? This guy. This. Getting dispelled. Alright. Alright, just got another Easter egg when that guy died. Oh no. Just complete healed or something. Am I not hitting him? What is going on here? I don't know. I'm like not attacking. Alright, I'm attacking something now. Alright. Oh, okay, that was... I have no idea how we didn't get Vox on that accidental pull, but we didn't. Alright. Need mana. Did get a couple buffs dispelled, it looks like. Beneficial. gonna swap out my resist fire for my resist cold buff. Okay. I guess there's something else I can get rid of. Yeah, I probably don't need inner fire. I have potions that give me... Potion of heat gives me cold resist. Covers increase resistance, cold resist, and stamina. I'll use one of those. I brought my Cloak of the Ice Bear. Put that on. Okay, my cold resist is 155 now. And I'm also planning on using Resistant Discipline. Pump it up even further. Alright, what do we got? If I do height filter, what else is in the room? Vox is there. And there's an Icy Terror over there. I'll probably sneak over and kill it, but I think it's just Vox now. Alright, I'll go get that Icy Terror, I guess, just in case. Oh, what the heck happened with this guy? Did I kill him? What happened? How did he die? Oh, in my last Negaphon kill, second Negaphon kill, I used 7 charges of 2 different rods of Malisements. These come off Finny in Kedge Keep. Uh-oh, I wasn't paying attention. And Negaphon resisted every one of them. So I've pretty much resigned myself to only using poison against Negaphon because of my damage a ton of fire. Fire should work against Vox though. Because of my Venom Blades proc, that gets his poison resist low enough that I can actually land those. I should be able to land fire though. The only fire spell I have is Heat Blood for dot and level 1, like 10 damage, direct damage spell, which I'm not going to use. Trying to think of what else I could try. So I could try. Yeah, I'm probably not going to need Feign Death. Try this one just because it has a negative 150 resist check. Like this is not gonna land the magic one, so I won't use that. That damage over time, disease. Try don't know if I want to do Heart Flutter or Scourge if one of those lands. I guess I'll do Heart Flutter. If I can land Insidious Melody, that would open up the door to being able to use Disease Dots too. Right now, my only chance is get. Oh man, she's got cleric buffs too. Oh. I don't know. Do I just take her out? Like, try to take her out with those buffs up, or do I bother trying to dispel them? It's hit points, AC. Hit points, AC. Hit points, AC. Alright, well, that. Detrimental. I'll try to use a dispel. I don't even know if we're going to be able to land it. She might resist it. Alright, so I'm going to use Resistant Discipline, engage, immediately do Hallucinate, and then we'll try Insidious Malady. Resist, engage, hallucinate, Malady. No Insidious Malady. Alright, I'm gonna throw a heal on myself, heal over time rather. Alright, I got her slowed. Let's start poisoning her. Heal myself. So I think with her being a cleric, she's gonna try to complete heal. That's the kicker here. I'm stunned, I think. Yeah. Myself. Okay. No, don't fear me. All right. Trying to get a heal over time on myself. Pretty much out of mana here. Can my pets take? I think if I had Ancestral Aid, I might have a shot here. Yeah. Alright, she got me. Alright, let me check my pets, see if any of them died, if I need to rebuff anything, and we'll run back and try again. I think if I did not have Ancestral Aid up, so if I think I have that, I got a shot. You know, I don't know if I got her low enough to get to the point where she might heal. Yeah, we'll see. All right, we're back at Lady Vox. I've got a couple minutes on my resist discipline, 3.5 minutes. I was just looking through my chat log. For melee, she was hitting me up to 300, which lines up with what Nagafin was hitting me for. Not as consistently as Nagafin though. See, there's a claw for 300 right there. Oh, there's a double 300 right there. For spells, she actually did heal herself a handful of times. I'll try and scroll up here. Alright, so I think this is when I engaged. I immediately resisted the Dragon Roar, which is the fear. She did resist the insidious malady, which is the disease debuff. She was casting cleric spells. She used Yelp. I think one thing that I'm going to do differently this time is before I engage, I'm going to go around the corner, cast Stoicism on myself, and then charge in stealthed, hit resist discipline, and open up on her. So I'll have a heal over time on myself for the first 20 seconds or so of the fight, which should help. So I waited for Envenom Blades to trigger on her, and I got her with that debuff. And then you can see I began casting Paralyzing Poison 1, and then it says Vox's Muscles Lock. So that's the 25% melee attack slow that I got on her from my poison. Let's see. Struck by the Wrath of Gods. She resisted Tainted Breath. She resisted Venom of the Snake. Sudden Force. So that was a stun. This long stun there, man. I think after I get her with Malosinate, the first thing I'm probably going to do is hit her with Heat Blood. Since that's the only like viable fire-based spell that I have, and it'll at least do some damage while I'm stunned. So my poison, Shisar poison, was hitting her a number of times, which was nice. She resisted most, maybe all of my poison-based dots, though. It resisted Venom of the Snake. So I resisted Frosty Death. That's the area of effect cold-based spell that also has a dispel. Your target resists Envenom Breath. My poison dot. Yeah, she was casting Root, so she did root me at one point. And I also resisted Root later on in the fight. Stoicism. Okay. Yeah, she resisted Insidious Malady. Stun me again. Or Wrath of the Gods. I think that's a nuke. I think that's the cleric smite line of spells. Target resisted Blood of Pains, which resisted my poison dot. Hang on a second. Okay, I was just pulling up Lady Vox on the Hero's Journey database interface. Her cold resist is 1,000, so no chance of landing cold spells on her, it seems. Fire resist is 70, but once I get her debuffed with my Malosinate, it'll be negative 30. Disease, Poison, and Magic are 340, so those are going to be down to 240. I should be able to land Insidious Malady on her. It's just a matter of how many times I want to try. And then once I get Envenom Blades on her, I can slow her and attempt to start doing poison dots. But I think Alright, have a decent game plan now. Hopefully I can stick to it. Gets a little hectic, so... Alright, come over here. Let me cast... How are my pets doing? Do they still have haste? Maybe I should put cold resist on them? Probably. Alright, where's the skeleton? There he is. Oh, that's one thing I didn't mention was I have legendary null-hide lariats on my pets. Wait a minute. Oh, that's the wrong one. Legendary null-hide lariat primary. So they proc stun, and they briefly stun creatures up to level 55. So I think it's possible that it could work on Vox, because I'm pretty sure she's 50. She is 55. I figure... Yeah, I don't know. I'll try looking through the chat log here. I figure... Even if she's not immune to... even if she is immune to, like, stun as a whole, maybe the pets dual-wielding those, if they get a proc at the right time, might interrupt one of her heals or something. So, yeah, that's my thought process for that. Alright, we don't need resist cold here, so... Alright, here we go. Oh no, it immediately feared me. Alright, hallucinate on her. Got Venom Blades on her, got her slowed. Start putting dots on her. I gotta remember, get the Heat Blood on her. Try and Seduce Melody again. Heal myself. Alright, I just blew Harm Touch, so... I got Ancestral Aid running. I'll throw Stoicism on myself. I gotta recast Illusion, keep those buffs up. Alright, hopefully she doesn't complete heal here. Ancestral Aid is down. Throw my Stoicism on myself. I think she's running. She's running. She's running. We got her, boys. We got her. We got her. Man. What she got? What do you got, Vox? Staff of Forbidden Rites, Dragon Bone Bracelet, White Dragon Scales, and Rune of the Astral. Hail. Faded Memory. Task stage complete. Alright. Let's do a little post-mortem on that fight. I think the only things that I landed on her were Malosinate and Venom Blade's poison debuff, Spine Break, slow, and Heat Blood. I think that was it. I think she resisted everything else, aside from procs. I think she resisted all of my other spells. Oh wait, no, I got a Blood of Pain on her. Okay, so I did get that. Blood of Pain. Let's look. Touch of the Curse was working. Does this have a... Ah. That's very good to know. I didn't realize that. So Blood of Pain has a negative 50 resist check on it. So I think in the future, killing Vox and Nagy, once I get Venom Blades on them and get them slow with Spine Break, Blood of Pain is going to be the next one because it has the highest probability of landing. I did use Harm Touch on that fight there. I think once I got her down to like 50-60%, I figured we had a good chance of taking her out, so blue Harm Touch. The stoicism from the start helped a bunch, I think. Gave me some breathing rooms. I was able to think a little bit and not have to worry about just healing myself. Heat Blood. Oh, apparently I got Venom of the Snake on her too. Okay. Yeah, Heat Blood, Blood of Pain. I wonder if she was... Venom of the Snake. Heat Blood was doing good. Look at that. Ticked for 217 right there. Okay, Venom. So yeah, I did get a handful of dots on her. I guess it was going by so fast in the chat log. It was hard to tell what she was resisting and what she wasn't. Yeah, she healed. She did complete heal. Okay, so yeah, she complete healed for almost 8,000 hit points and still managed to take her out. Still looking through the chat log here. Let's see what worked, what didn't work. Harm touch worked. Harm touch worked. That's for sure. I'm pretty pumped that I was able to not lose any buffs. Well, the Frosty Death, like AE 500 point spell, has a dispel portion to it, so it was chewing up my first buff, and I was just hitting my illusion every time I noticed that I changed back into a human, so that the only thing she was dispelling was my Dark Elf illusion. Yeah, she was healing herself for sure. Sound of Force I resisted. That's the stun, I think. All right. We did it. We did it. I don't know if I can just like go to Kunark now. It says reach level 50. No, I can do that. Let's hit up the bazaar real quick and talk to the Kunark flag guy, and see what he says, just to confirm that like I can't go without being level 50 first. All right, here's a lost Ixar. Minor tangent, but it just occurred to me that I could have made that fight even easier. What is it? by actually toggling on my tribute benefits, like burning affliction, haste. Yeah, I spaced on that. Like that's one of the times, when you're fighting a boss like that you could use the any extra boost, and I totally forgot to do that. All right, so a lost Ixar. What does he say? I think he says, did he say something up here? You have access to the ruins of Kunark. So I can go to Kunark now, I guess, right? If we go to the translocator, does he have Kunark listed? Oh, hell. Attune the map. Well, apparently we have Luckland. We can go to Charval, Kunark, Eastern Cabalus. Now, I know you can go to those places because they wanted to allow people to like level in those zones, if like the newbie zones, if they wanted. But hang on a second. I don't know. Like if I teleport to Cabalus. Before I do that, I'm sure the lizards hate me, so I'm not going to. Alright, we don't need that. Not gonna just pop in there because I don't know where it's gonna put me if I say teleport me to Cabalus. So we'll use Invis if I can actually cast Invis. Wow. Wow. Oh, wait. I can't cast here? What? Okay. Alright. We'll try it. Kunark. Cabalus. Let's see. So what I read was you can go to the like newbie zones, starter zones in Lachlan and Kunark, and but if you zone out of the zones, it like kicks you out back to the bazaar or something. All right, so we're going, and hopefully I can hit hide before I get attacked. Hide and sneak. Okay, hidden. Okay. Check out. There should be a. Oh, I should have invis myself. What is this? Sign of a Noric spite. Sneak hide. I think there's a waypoint over here in the field of bones somewhere. Man, I really need that dark elf illusion, don't I? Drop Grimoire. Illusion dark elf. There we go. Sneak hide. Nope. Yeah, there's a waypoint right there. It says you will remember it later. Sneak hide. Alright, so now try leaving this zone. Where am I? That way. I'll try zoning into Emerald Jungle. Alright. It didn't kick us out, so I guess we are Kunark flag now. I wonder if how you check that. Like, how do you check your character's progress? Is there like a command or a window or something where you check that? I don't know. Get some save fall skill ups there. I'm gonna chug over to City of Mist. I'll just pick up the waypoint there. I just paused for a minute there and looked up some of the Kunark waypoints, and there is not one inside the Emerald Jungle here. So I guess next on the agenda will be get to level 50, so we can complete the initial quest. And then I assume it'll give us the next quest, which would be working on Kunark content to unlock Velius. Alright, the waypoint should be up here somewhere. Not positive how to get. Oh yeah, it says waypoint. I guess I just gotta go around this way, I guess. Is that it? Or is it over here? There it is, over there. Got it. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for this one. I don't know what we're doing next. Still working on the Rogue Epic, although I don't know if I'll be able to do it at this level. Probably not. Even if I get the robe off of Finny, I think I have to kill the general in Kithakor, and I haven't really looked into him, but there's a bunch of red cons, at least at this level. There did try to kill them once, or like try to even split them, and was unsuccessful, so I haven't gone back. Maybe we'll try again at 50, 51, something like that. I'm not really holding myself to completing the epic at or before level 50, because technically when epics came out, that was in the Kunark era. They were not available, the quests were not implemented in the classic era, so characters were allowed to level up to 60 to complete those epic quests. I don't know if I will need to go to 60 to complete it. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look into again how tough the general is in Kithakor. That's, in my mind, the major hurdle over completing the Ragebringer Rogue Epic quest. Yeah, so I was kind of pessimistic about my chances with killing Vox, but we did it. We're Kunark flagged, level 47, self-found. Everything we have, we got by killing stuff ourselves, making it with trade skills. I mean, a couple things like the augments or whatever we bought off a vendor, but those are, unlimited quantity, weren't sold to a vendor by a player. I have not made any purchases from other players, or everything I have is classic era, aside from this ring that they give you to start out the game with. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you're enjoying the videos. I'm having fun. I like the having goals and having things be challenging. I get some enjoyment out of that. I'll have to think for a while about what to do next. Obviously, the next big goal is get to level 50 so we can complete this quest, get our measly 1,000 platinum. That's like nothing. I think I have close to 15,000. Again, all just from like killing stuff myself and vendoring it. So 1,000 platinum's not gonna matter to me. We'll take a look at the new. I assume we're gonna get a new quest to progress through Kunark and figure out what steps are needed there and work on that. Work on getting to level 50. Probably gonna go back and kill Finny a couple times. Hopefully get a robe with a kedge. I don't know if I'm gonna bother recording that. Basically, I'm going there once every so often, stealthing in, going to Finny, killing Finny plus the one ad that comes with him, and crossing my fingers that there's a robe with a kedge on him. I've killed him probably 5 times and no robe with a kedge. So I think I did record my very first kill of him, but yeah, there's nothing new at this point, and it's kind of boring. It would be a short video. Maybe if I do a session where like I start out with that, I'll go in, kill Finny, and then go somewhere else. I might include it in a video, but I'm not gonna do like another Kedge Keep video as a whole. Yeah, my mind's racing. I don't I got a lot to think about what to do next, what gear to look for in Kunark. Yeah, kind of rambling. Pretty pumped about finishing the classic era as a self-found character at level 47. Didn't even need the whole 50 levels. It was tough though, and had to pull out some tricks to make it happen. Also, I'm still wearing my cloak of the ice bear, so I'll put our regular cloak back on. All right, guys. Again, I appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time. Take care.